Hello, everybody. My name is Russell, and I am a PhD student at the University of Warwick. My topic today is the When English Does Not Matter, the Invisible Threshold at a Joint Educational Institute. A lot of the research here in my talk will be taken from my PhD thesis, the topic which is student and staff experience of English medium of instruction at joint institutes. Now, joint institutes and joint programs in China um, are primarily centered around EMI, and English medium of instruction is central to these joint programs and institutes, but perhaps is not so central to students when they are choosing whether to study at a joint institute or not. So what are some of the motivations for students to choose a joint institute? Well, the first reason is the lower Gaokao threshold, an entrance through the side door. So many of the students may choose a joint educational institute because of the lower entrance score needed. Here I have included 18 joint educational institutes, as well as their Chinese partnership equivalents. And the number above each of the bars here represent the score difference between entering a Chinese Chinese university program and a joint British Chinese educational institutes for the same course. So as you can see here that the trend is the Chinese university partner usually has a higher entrance threshold than the joint educational institute. Here is an interview with one of the students, and the student had replied, "If I want to study civil engineering, the proper civil engineering taught in Chinese at the Chinese Partnership University, probably I should get 600 total score in the Gaokao, but here I only need to get 580 to 590, something like that." But the entrance score is not the only reason students may be motivated to choose a joint institute. They may choose it because of the Chinese partnership prestige. They may choose it for the international pathways for further education outside of China. Or it might be that the decision was made for them or they just don't know. Here's another example. Participant 2 had said, "It's my opinion, maybe some others just want to choose this international institute, so they chose a joint institute. It's not my opinion. My opinion is it's easy to get the Chinese Partnership University certificate." So here we see a mixture of number 1 and 2, easier entrance, but also the prestige of the Chinese certificate. Um, I'm using the term here invisible threshold to describe the expectation of students versus the reality once they are enrolled at a joint institute. Some of these expectations before enrollment include English medium instruction assumed to be manageable, English and EMI framed as an opportunity, and focus on the UK and Chinese degree brand or prestige. The reality for some of these students in their own experience is students manage language independently. The burden for English language is placed on them. UK academic assessment expectations, many of them aren't familiar with the assessment of the UK, and the assessments are very different to what they might experience at a Chinese university. Lecturers assume a sufficient English proficiency in the material and in the way that they approach the lectures, and heavy academic workload, again, in the students' experience. So how do students navigate these issues once they are enrolled? How do they navigate these invisible thresholds, these realities? Some of the ways they do this is by using translation tools, AI tools. It might be Chinese peer collaboration with other students, bilingual staff, so speaking with staff in their L1 outside of the classroom, as well as supplementary materials like Bilibili videos, for example, to support their learning. So some of the key takeaways here, I would say, is students rarely choose a joint institute because of EMI. They discover the real expectations only after enrollment, and strategically navigate EMI once they are enrolled at these joint institutes. Thank you all for listening, and I welcome any questions.